We go up against a Prem team in a game that you're expected to concede shots, and you don't play our best goalkeeper. Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Do you know what? We look so far off a Premiership team. At the start of this season, people were saying, "Oh, well, we've got chances. We're going to playoffs, maybe, even talking about potentially automatic qualification." No way, we're nowhere near.
I really want it to work for Pelach, but time is definitely running out, and questions really need to start being asked.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Stoke Fan TV with myself, Max.
And me, Sam.
And Sam. And it's Friday. We're back on Fridays because, well, Wednesdays weren't working, were they really? There's too many games. There's games like midweek. The cup games crop up. Sam and I have got to come out and film it. And we've got to edit
too
it.
much going on in the week, isn't there now?
Mate, it's a faff. It's a faff. So we're sorry to muck you around. We had Wednesday and we went to Tuesday, but we're back on Fridays.
Yes.
Happy days.
And we'll stick to that for a bit, won't we?
We'll try Fridays for a bit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Before we start the show, don't forget, please press pause. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. And please like the video because every little helps. And you will go up in our estimations if you do that automatically. Right. Today's show. We're going to be asking the question, be it a bit of a... well, it might cause a few...
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be called, for today's show, it's going to be called, should we start worrying about Narcís Pelach managing Stoke City Football Club? It's a question that seems to have cropped up recently with some of the recent form. We've got stats and whatnot in front of us. Sam's brought his magic laptop with him. I don't know why it's magic, but it just produces stats. But that's the question we're going to delve into. At the end of this video, you can make your mind up. Should we be worried? Or is it too early to say, etc., etc., etc.? Shall we delve into it?
Yeah.
We're coming off the back of a loss to Southampton. So that's where we're starting.
Yeah.
Sam, can you just... I just want to get your take on it, mate, because I want to put you in a firing line straight away. Are you worried about Narcís Pelach? The way you say his name, does it not remind you of Feliz Navidad?
I was worried about Pelach as soon as we got him, to be completely honest, and I was not happy about Schumacher going. I'm now slightly more worried about Pelach than when we first got him. First of all, last night, we're filming this on the Wednesday. We've just lost to Southampton. Why on earth do you not play Victor Janssen? Why? He's been our standout player against the Championship teams this season. We go up against a Prem team in a game that you're expected to concede shots, and you don't play our best goalkeeper. Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I'm going to stick up for a bit for Narcís Pelach, a little bit by saying that if we didn't have Johansson in the league, we can, I think, kiss the Championship goodbye.
Yeah,
100%. Especially at the minute, like the way he's performing. In the cup, yeah, it's a cup. Would you rather go out the cup or would you rather go out the Championship? For me, I'd much rather go out the cup, and because the thing is, say he gets injured, we're knackered then.
We are
we're knackered.
But you play your best team. You play your best team on the day against a better opposition, the best opposition that we've come up against all season, and you're playing Bonham for his first game of the year.
Admittedly, I suppose Bonham coming in, he's a bit cold, isn't he?
I wouldn't have played Fielding either because he's even colder.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'd have literally, you've got Johansson, he's your number one goalkeeper, and he's been the best player for the last however many games in a row, and you don't play him against the best opposition of the season.
And the other strange thing, Callan scores.
Yeah.
Great comeback, by the way. Well done, lads. Came back. And then he scored and then take him off.
That made no sense either.
Some people say it looks like Southgate. Is he starting to make Southgate decisions, strange decisions at strange times?
It baffled me last night. I didn't get it.
It was good. It was good to come back from 2-0 down.
It was very good to come back. The first goal by Ashley Phillips was brilliant, albeit a bit of a fluke, but it was a brilliant goal.
Well, and we also, it was good to see, as I'm going to refer to him as, the lesser spotted Secco.
Well,
you hardly see the man.
Yeah, but you come in last night, first start for Stoke, and he played really well.
Right, anyway, that's our thoughts on the Southampton game. What do you think of that? Let's go into some stats now. We've got Opta Analysis open on Sam's magic laptop. Predicted final points for Stoke. The most likely outcome at the minute is it's looking like 20th at the minute, according to the. I mean, this is this is stats.
Yeah, it's made up, isn't it?
It's made up. But there are some concerning stats surrounding Stoke, and and that really where it falls down to me, in my opinion, is the amount of shots we are conceding.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is that just me?
No, 100%. If you get the stats up, you'll see.
Yeah. So obviously, shots conceded in the league, we're third in the league. 195 shots have been conceded. Obviously, this isn't all Pelach, but I did a little bit of maths, didn't I?
You did.
And Shuey, 7 matches this season, 97 shots conceded by
In all competitions.
In all competitions by his Stoke team. Pelach, 8 matches,
Yeah.
138 shots conceded. So it's a bit of a jump.
Yeah. Big.
I know it's an extra game, but the Bristol match, if I go to stats, coming here, how many shots did they have?
28.
28 shots Bristol had against us.
Not good.
That isn't good for me. The other thing as well, let's take our passing, final third passes. Now, you want passes, if you're dominating the game, you want passes in the final third, right? Total passes in the final third. Total, we're only ahead of Oxford. Those stats say to me that we're sitting quite deep in matches. We're absorbing a lot of pressure. I thought when he came, he said something about, because I, along with a lot of other fans, were quite impressed
by that interview.
By his interview that he did.
That long, half-an-hour-long interview that he did
Yeah.
when he first come in was a brilliant interview.
Yeah, and what did he say? What did he say? Was something like aggression,
Possession.
and then last night, or the other night,
Last night it was, but you're going to be watching.
Yeah, we're going to watch it on Friday. Southampton game.
We had 22%.
22% possession, something.
Yeah, 22%.
But I thought you said possession. I thought you said aggression. Well, where's the aggression? Where's
No
that gone?
aggression, no aggression, there's no passion. It just looked like watching a bunch of statues on a pitch last night.
At times I am struggling because I thought the idea was high intensity, aggression, high up the pitch, turnovers in and around the danger zones, getting the ball there and getting some shots off at goal. I haven't even looked.
No.
You carry on talking. I'm going to get the
Now, earlier in the show, I mentioned that Southampton were probably going to be our best opposition. Southampton have not won a game all season in their league. They've got 1 point and they're doing awful.
They're not doing very well.
The only game that Southampton have won all season was against Cardiff in their first round of the Cup, which would have been the third round most likely.
Yeah.
And they won 5-3.
Right.
They then went and played Everton in the next round and drew and won on penalties.
Do you know what? We look so far off a Premiership team. At the start of this season, people were saying, "Oh, we've got chances. We're going to playoffs, maybe. Even talking about potentially automatic qualification. No way, we're nowhere near.
No.
I don't think we are. Anyway, I mean, it felt to me setting up against a really poor Premiership team.
They weren't good.
And we set up with 5 at the back. We parked the bus massively, and then yes, we did come back to 2-2. And perhaps Million could have put that chance away, and then maybe we would have snatched it. But we've gone from this high attacking football press apparently that I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
To playing 5 at the back, and it's not just this game because we did it against Sheffield, didn't we?
Sheffield United are a better team than Southampton.
I didn't think they looked particularly good.
No, but Southampton last night in the Cup were not very good.
Well,
they didn't look like a Premier League team.
So
Stoke made them look like a good team in the first half. Second half, awful.
It's funny though because we've been sat here and we've been discussing before the show what we're going to say and how we're worried because I'm worried that we're going to be dragged into a relegation battle again. It's interesting looking at the table, because this is the current table, right? 19th on 12 points, -4 goal difference for what it's worth.
Yeah.
How do we compare to previous seasons?
Yeah.
Because we're worried. So I'm saying we're going to be dragged into a relegation fight. But this is last season.
20th.
13 points, 20th minus 5. So a point out. So
Point out.
Not that much worse.
So
than last season.
last year's relegation battle for the majority of the season, at this point last season, we had one more point.
Right. Well, okay. So let's go a season back even further. So again, similar story. 13 points, 12 matches played.
Exactly the same.
I don't think this is uncommon. Apart from, if we go back a season before then we're in 5th.
In 5th, 12 played with
21
21 points looking at playoffs.
So realistically, there ain't really much difference from the past couple of seasons. We find ourselves in the same kind of
But we
position.
go back to 2021 when we had Michael O'Neill.
Was this Michael O'Neill?
Yeah.
Who, in my opinion, by the way, has been our best manager since we got relegated.
100%.
I mean, Narcís Pelach, you know.
He's won one game.
I can't get that song out of my head now, mate. Honestly, I keep thinking it's Feliz Navidad, but it ain't, is it? I keep kind of calling him Feliz.
Oh, dear.
Narcís Pelach. No, could that not catch on? He builds
Probably
from the
not.
back. He's really good in attack, is what we want to say, but we ain't getting that minute.
I don't think if it continues as it is that he's going to be at the club Christmas. At the latest, I don't think. No,
I don't want him sacked.
But it's not on him, really. It's on Jonathan Walters and it's on John Coates.
Yeah, well,
really, because me and I'm assuming everyone that watches this programme is sick to death of watching this crap every weekend. Every midweek on the tally or wherever you are, watching it at the game, it's a joke.
At times, it's a joke.
It is.
Okay, let's look at some positives, right?
Okay.
Let's look at the Portsmouth game.
Okay, the Portsmouth game where we played a League One team that were dreadful and made us look like Barcelona.
But why did we play better in that game? Was it just the opposition or was it other things? I mean, in that game, we set up completely differently to how we have been recently. I said in the last few games, we have been playing.
We had two up front.
We had two up front.
We had Gallagher and we had Cannon.
Or it felt like we had two up front.
Yeah, because they were switching around and playing as number 10s and whatnot. But
I'd be interested to see what happens if we can get Gallagher back. And
I really want it to work for Pelach, but time is definitely running out and questions really need to start being asked.
So what does he do? Stoke fans, if you're watching this, comment below. How do we kind of just get back to a point where we feel like a solid team? I mean,
I don't know, maybe getting a manager that's actually been a manager before might help.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble getting Pelach in. But as I said, can things change? I mean, we are still early in the season, but it's around about this kind of time where I think you start looking at the table and you start thinking, this is where we're going to be.
Yeah.
This is how these are our aspirations. And I know things can change, and I know things can change quite dramatically. I'm not sure Pelach quite knows his best system. I think he came with an idea of this high attacking football. It didn't seem to work.
And then he realised what players he got. Jordan Thompson.
Jordan Thompson.
Ben Wilmot.
Phil.
Ben Gibson.
Yeah, the list kind of does go on a bit. I mean, you might be wondering who our best player is, right, for this season. Well, if we go to attacking, shots-wise or goals, obviously, I think Cannon's.
I can't say Tom Cannon's the best player this season off one game performance.
I like this stat now, right? Beijano.
Yeah.
At the top there for the final passes in the final third. Look, successful passes in the final third. Beijano, 89 successful passes in the final third.
That's good.
That's really good.
Out of 119, so it's only about 20.
Chance creation. Who's at the top for chances created? Total. Beijano.
Yeah.
I think Beijano, we've got to give him some credit, haven't we? I think he's still not at full.
He's not at full speed. No, there's no taking away the best player this season. There has been Victor Johansson by a country mile.
Yeah, that's true. Should Victor Johansson be captain?
I personally think he should be the captain.
He's the first player on the team sheet for me. He's new to the squad, but so's Ben Gibson.
He's always shouting. He's always getting the crowd going. He's always getting the back line moving. I think Victor Johansson is pure captain material.
Absolutely. So, Pelach, maybe make Johansson your captain.
He's got the passion that we need from a captain.
Absolutely. He's been doing brilliantly as well. I mean, as we mentioned before, we've seen the amount of shots that we're having against us. That's not good. I think Pelach has resorted to 5 at the back now just to try and shore things up.
Not working though, is it?
Now, for all the people who are saying we're being overly negative, let's look at some more positives. We've mentioned Portsmouth.
Yeah.
We mentioned that. We got to, as well, I think, mention the fact that we did go unbeaten for a few games as well.
4 games unbeaten, 3 draws.
So, are there positive signs? Because I know we're asking the question, should we be worried? But maybe there's things that we shouldn't be so worried about.
The positives about them 3 draws go back to Victor Janssen.
Right. So you think if Victor wasn't there, they wouldn't have been draws?
No.
Potentially. Okay. Which isn't great.
Victor Janssen is the positive thing we've got at the club at the minute.
Right.
We need to build around him now and sort of spread that positive vibes around the rest of them.
What do you think? We need to start seeing some of the younger lads come through again? We've not seen as many of them.
Tesco's not played much since Pelach comes in.
No.
Sidibe?
No.
No.
So Phillips, great. Phillips, you've got to be positive about Phillips.
Positive
He's
about
him
Phillips. He come back
and
after his concussion.
Yeah, and he's
he
a
played
good player.
well. Played well. He's not our player. He's on loan from Spurs. Good player.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can stay in the team. He's much better, in my opinion, than Ben Wilmot.
Right, yeah, okay. So you'd have him there instead of Ben Wilmot.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'd have Phillips and Rose.
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't have Gibson and
Or Wilmot.
Wilmot in.
No.
Not in a minute.
But Gibson's been made the captain.
It doesn't matter.
No.
I'd take the captaincy off him and give it to Johansson and go from there. That's just what I'd do.
Yeah.
We also have to remember that he's only been in the job for 7 games.
He's only been a manager for 7 games.
That's it. Right. Shall we look ahead to Derby?
Yes, let's have a look to the Derby game.
You'll be pleased to know, Stoke fans, that some of the Derby stats, they match some of the Stoke ones. Statistics speaking, right, they're looking like they might be on our level.
Yeah.
Should we do a head-to-head, tail of the tape?
Let's
Right.
have a look.
So, according to SofaScore, this is Stoke City versus Derby. Let's have a look. So, average SofaScore rating, they're rated 0.03 above us. That's okay. Matches played, obviously the same.
Yeah.
Goals, this is obviously league. Goals scored. They've scored more goals too.
And they've
Conceded less.
less.
We've got more assists than them. Attacking wise.
It's very similar. It's all
yeah.
very, very
Okay.
similar.
Yeah, I'm liking this. Possession, we've got more. And Pelach did say he wants to play with more possession.
Well, this
Yeah.
looks like it might be a game that we can try and play with more possession than
There you go.
Derby
Yeah,
averaging
yeah,
at
okay.
42.
Obviously, more clean sheets and all that. Saves per game. Well, that was obviously going to be Victor's
Yeah.
going to save more. More clearances per game. These are fairly similar. And also, going into their stats, if we let's have a look at how many shots we've had. So we've had
The same.
the same amount of shots scored into. And this is obviously, this is going back into the league. So that's good.
Derby have a better conversion rate.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to look at it like
Yeah.
in terms of how many shots we've conceded, though, they were a bit away from us.
It's got a draw written all over it, unfortunately, I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, let's go to final third passes. We're actually ahead of Derby
Yes.
in terms of successful final third passes. So, in total, are we nearly? But the point,
Yeah.
there looks like it might be a close run.
Yeah, it
game.
looks like it. I'm still have a draw. 2-2.
What does Pelach do? Does he play with 5 at the back?
4-4-2.
4-4-2. Classic 4-4-2.
Well, we played 4-4-2 against Portsmouth and we demolished them.
Well, it seemed like we played 4-4-2. We certainly went.
And we've not played 4-4-2 since, which
No. Okay, might help Cannon.
might help Cannon.
We did a
Who's going to
video.
play with Kumas or Ennis?
Ennis the Menace. Not Ennis.
No.
The Ennis could have passed to him during that draw. Again, a 2-0 lead, kind of to Bristol. We were 2-0 up, and it just felt like the game
messed
peaked
it
away.
up.
But it felt like we were attacking, and then we weren't. What's going on there? Yeah, okay. So Cannon play with that 4-4-2.
I would.
Hopefully, maybe get Cannon firing again. A lot of people said they wouldn't buy him.
Not for 10 mil.
No.
Would you pay 10 million? No chance.
No.
10 million's worth more than the old team.
But again, it's the two up front scenario. We had an ex-striker of ours score against us, Sheffield United.
Tyrese Campbell.
Came up, shushed the crowd.
Yeah, fair play to him.
But he copped a lot when he was at Stoke for not scoring.
I like
goals.
Campbell.
I like Campbell. Best season, probably, again, might have been that Michael O'Neill season.
Yeah.
One we looked up for. I'm pretty sure he was kind of playing almost with two up front with Fletcher.
Yeah, and it worked.
And it was working. What's going on? Two up front. Managers need to realise that not everybody is going to be able to play just one up top. Not everyone's Harry Kane, man. Not everyone's Lewandowski. You know, it's like, why do all these managers seem to think that that's the way, just that's the way to go? You know, if you've got a really good sweeper keeper like Neuer, Neuer's a sweeper keeper. I don't mean every keeper can play like that.
No.
Anyway.
Be interesting to know how many people put money on Campbell scoring, so let us know.
yeah, that's a good point, actually. So there you go. There are our thoughts. Should we be worried about Narcís Pelach? That's in my head, man. Should we be worried about him? Or should we
be worried about the stuff that's going on further above?
Or should we just say, listen, it's early days in his career. Let's all just calm down.
We'll see.
You get different kinds of situations. You lose one game, and some fans are like, "Oh, that's it. We're appalling." Get some games where we'd lose every game apart from one all season, and fans would say, "It's okay, keep the faith."
We've got another international break soon.
Yeah.
So he's got a few games before that international break. If we don't get anything from them games, it's looking like doors.
Literally, we'll see. Time will tell. That's what we think. We like to try and kind of stay down the middle. We don't want to be over optimistic. We want to be over negative. But that's how we see it.
You know what? I also want John Walters to come out and say something, because he literally said everything before, and now he's gone completely quiet since making this decision to get Pelach in.
Maybe if we go to that match again, the Lufest Memorial match, you can have another conversation with him like you were doing.
Yeah, well, if I keep talking about it like this, he won't want to talk to me, will he?
Sam was literally, you were chatting his ear off. You're going away, come on holiday, John. What'd you have for supper, John?
Oh, yeah. He was my mate until about 5 weeks ago.
Right, anyway. Listen, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up, we think. But say big game, another big game, they're all big games now. Are we being drawn back into a relegation battle? That's probably going to be the next one.
Yeah.
We need to win against Derby at home.
We need to.
We should be winning. If we want to have a successful season, we've got to start really kind of booking up, putting in 100% effort, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Sam, anything to finish off on?
No, nothing from me. Let's hope we can get a good game against Derby, get a good result. I still reckon it'll be 2-2.
You reckon 2-2? I don't even want to give a prediction. I don't want to. I don't know. It might not be. I hope we draw, not loss. Right. So that's it. Another episode of Stoke Fan TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate you doing it. And that's it from me.
And that's it from me.
And we'll see you after we've thumped Derby 7-1 at the weekend. See you soon.